Hey everybody, welcome into Domesticated Gamblers, three dads with our favorite picks of the day. We're with you every weekday here on YouTube. It's February 6th, 2023. I'm Eric, there's Shawn, and there's Tito. Please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. That'll help us out a lot. Also post a comment on our videos and we can interact with you there. And hit that notification bell too so you can get our videos as soon as we post them. You can also follow us on Twitter at Gambling Dads. That's where I recap our plays and track our records, and everything you'll see there is 100% honest and transparent. All right, boys, happy Monday. It was good to see you guys in the flesh this weekend. Shawn, you hosted a Sweet 16 birthday party for your stepdaughter. So
yes.
Excellent job. Had a great time seeing you guys. I know you worked really hard on that, so well done, sir.
Thank you. I still have, 4 or 5 blisters on the feet from wearing the dress shoes all day. Had my watch on, millennial stuff here. Like 8 miles I walked. So I put in some steps. But I appreciate everyone coming. We had a great time, and it was great seeing all the kids playing together and reminding me of a kid, when I was a child doing things like that. So that's what we need to get back to, a little more of that stuff.
Tito, how was the party for you?
Party was great, man. Absolutely. Kids ran around. Ben, my oldest son was running around with Shawn's youngest son, with Shawn's son, and it's a good time seeing them kick around the balloons and wrestle around, dancing, and always doing all that fun stuff. And Tito got on the dance floor himself, did a little footloose, did a little dancing, had a lot of fun, had some drinks. So, kudos to you, Shawn, for putting on a hell of a party, and good to catch up with you guys in person, as well as some other domesticated gamblers. And we even saw some friends of the show that were very complimentary of the show. And so we like that. We like their support. Make sure that if you're watching the show, you're telling your friends, telling others, so that we can keep growing the show. Like, last thing we want to do is have our point man, abandon ship here after a couple months. So I don't know what me and Shawn would do if he abandoned ship. We'd probably just be sitting around, arguing at each other. Exactly. Good point. So
I think that Chelsea loss just put me on tilt on Friday. I was totally on tilt with Chelsea can't get an effing goal against Fulham. God, those
you
three
gotta
stars,
stop making,
man.
You gotta stop making those soccer plays, man. And you make like 15 soccer plays and 1 or 2 cash, and then you get that blind loyalty that, hey, I'm pretty good at this stuff. All you need to do, guys, listen, don't come after Tito, okay? Listen to Tito. Tito's on fire right now, baby. College basketball. I'll have some 3-star plays later on in the show, but man, follow Tito. Everyone get on the Tito train, baby, because I'm on fire right now, Daddy. Woo!
This is how crazy this show is. Earlier this morning, I was in the shower. This is no joke. This is a personal experience feeling here. So I was in the shower. I'm thinking, God damn, Tito's up like $3,000. If I can't beat him, I might as well join him. I'm thinking this. I'm thinking this in my mind this morning.
I came to the realization too this weekend, and I've been kind of on the Tito train. Okay, this is going to run out. I'm ready to bow down. I'm just like, dude, mad respect. I'm not going to tail anymore. I'm not going to just say this is a fluke. I do think, and I think I texted you this, like, you have been a passionate sports fan your entire life. You've watched a ton of ball over your years. And I just really think that your gut instinct right now is on point. I don't know if that's going to last, but I'm not going to sit here and continue to say that it's not going to last.
I think he's in the right sport here with college basketball, because by far Tito has always been a bigger, you as well, Eric, but big college basketball fans. Like, you guys understand the game, you get the game, and that's a huge edge to know. Like, having that, he knows all the arenas, he knows the history. I don't know. I know that for football, but I don't know that for basketball. So, stick to this. You're riding it. Just keep going, getting hot, baby. Let's cash this money.
Well, I mean, that's the thing too, right? Like, my love for college basketball kind of waned over the years, especially with the way that Mizzou had been playing over the last, decade or so, being so irrelevant ever since Frank Hayes left the program the way he left it. And so, like, it's really waned, but doing this show with you fuckers it's gotten me back into college basketball, watching every night, looking for different, plays. And I'd always watch March Madness, but doing this and coaching, coaching basketball with my son and stuff has gotten me reinvigorated with the love of college basketball. And yeah, sure, my love's not going to be like it was when I was a kid because of just the way the game is being played and the constant movement of players. But let's keep this momentum going. Let's stay on the Tito train. Let's make it all about Tito because everyone loves Tito. Everyone wants to see Tito win, baby. So we're going to keep on firing off college basketball plays. You're going to hear me talk about March Madness in a little few weeks and free throws and all this fun stuff. And then, hey, guess what? My CYC plays on Friday and Saturday. Those cash money too, baby. St. Ambrose. They were given 17 and a half. They won by like 40 points on Friday night over at the Joan Dome. And SCCA, they took the measure of St. Gabe's, baby. I heard a little story about the South City Zebra. Another tee, teed another kid up. I mean, this guy is out of control with the number of tees he's doing. I got people coming at me left and right yesterday with instructional basketball league. I want to combine teams. I want more officiating. I had my own son chirping me yesterday about not calling enough fouls. Like, come on, dude. Like, I'm only one coach here. What am I supposed to do? This is coach-led refereeing. Maybe in a few weeks we'll have the South City Zebra come to instructional, make my son happy, call the fouls the way they should, or at least hold him accountable for the lack of fouls that he calls. So there's a lot on Tito's plate. There's a lot of developments coming up. I'm not gonna spoil something, but I got a little thing going on here with another little side video project that I might be announcing in a few weeks. So, I gotta get better at teasing. Obviously, as Team A would say.
Overachiever, the overachiever.
And so we'll see. But man, get on the Tito train because it's hitting on all different aspects. Whether it's college basketball, whether it's CYC, it's all going great for Tito, baby.
I do got to say, yesterday at the CYC game, you got all this millennial talk. My kids out there competing against second graders, stealing the ball, making baskets, and we're not keeping score. Everyone's feelings get hurt. Oh, we better not keep the score so juniors' little feelings don't get hurt. These kids are in second grade. They're ready to grow up. There should be scores up on them boards. I'm tired of it, Tito. We should have had a 10-2 win last night, and we should be in first place.
This guy is out of control right here. This is a typical millennial parent right here. Where's the score at? There's only so many Titos. There's only so many Titos that can volunteer, bud. So if you want to strap on the volunteer hat and start keeping score, but no, all you want to do is complain to the coaches. Get my son more playing time. Get my son some more shots. What's he doing? What are you doing over here? There's only so many Titos, Daddy. So I can't do everything. I can only do what I can do.
I'm not the millennial blue hair next to me saying juniors can't handle losing. I'm the old school dad who his kid is ready. I'm ready for my son to have some losses. It builds character. Get the scores up there. Let's go.
I totally agree. And also, like, my favorite job as a youngster was scorekeeping basketball games at St. Matthias. Not the book part where you got to write and keep track of who scored and all this. No, pressing the buttons that control the scoreboard, being the timekeeper and starting and stopping the time. I remember one time that I'm kind of getting in the weeds here probably, but there was 1 second left on the clock in a really tight game. But our scoreboard at St. Matthias at that time did not have tenths of seconds on the clock. So the clock said 1 second on the board, but I knew because I was in charge of, starting and stopping, and I'm like, there's really probably 1/10 of a second on this clock. And as soon as I hit this button, it's going to go, eh. And so, and I'm probably like in 6th or 7th grade. And so, this team that's down, I think they were down a point or two, and they're inbounding a ball with the chance to tie or win the game. And they inbound the ball. And as soon as the kid touches it, I start the clock, and the coach just goes bananas on me, on this 6th, 7th grade kid. And I let him calm down. And I'm there, and the referees, I kind of waved off the way. I'm like, I got this. I said, sir, we don't have tenths of seconds on the clock. That means there could be 1.0 seconds or it could be 0.1 seconds. So actually, I'm pretty sure, as you could see, there was about 0.1 seconds on the clock. And I don't even think he got it because he was just too dense. But you know what I'm talking about, right? Like when there's tenths of a second, you can tell. So anyway, I love the scorekeeping, man. If you need a sub to do that, if I got to strap on my timekeeping clicker again, I'm happy to do that
Stop.
because
Stop. We
these
gotta edit
kids
this out.
need to
We
know
have
how
to
to
edit this
win
out.
and how to lose. They need to know how to win and how to lose.
You
And
gotta
I'm not
stop.
going to sit here and watch these kids just worry about, oh, I don't want to win, or I don't want to be a loser. No, sometimes in life you win, sometimes you lose, and I'm here to hold these kids accountable. So I'm ready and willing to do this, Tito.
Yeah.
We got to edit this part out. There's too many CYC people that watch this show that will take you up on that offer and that will use and abuse you to a degree that you are not comfortable with. What you just exactly said, Eric, happens far too often for 6th and 7th graders or 8th graders, where coaches are screaming and hollering. One of the biggest issues with CYC.
Eric can handle it. He just said.
I am flawless on the board. I'm telling you, I'm flawless on the board. I watch the official. When the arm drops, I know to start the clock. If they roll it up the floor, I'm not starting that clock. I wait till it gets touched. If there's a it looks like a 3, maybe his foot is on the line. If the zebra does this, I hit 3. If he goes this, I put 2 on the board. I'm telling you, Tito, I was built for this. I'm made for this. And if it comes with like free beer and pizza with the zebra after the game, I think I'm in. I'm like, for real. I would love to do this.
This is great, Eric. This is great. I think he should be. He'd be the perfect guy for the job.
He would be. So absolutely. And those people aren't volunteers, by the way. Those 6th and 7th graders that do it, they do get paid. But yeah, to your point, Eric, you want to come on down to the Joan Dome, or you want to come over to Star Wars one afternoon, we would love to support. We'd love to have you come over and we can give you some alcohol and give you some some free pizza. We would gladly appreciate any support we get. So absolutely, we'll strap you on and I'll get you connected with the zebra. Unfortunately.
In all seriousness, I remember being in 2nd grade and we kept score. Like, is this a new development? You got to keep score. Like, as soon as if you're playing a game with officials, and I don't care if the coach is the official. Baseball, I think the coach pitched until like 3rd grade or something like that. Yeah. You keep score. I don't understand that.
You keep score, but instructional league. Again, we got multiple courts going on. We only got one scoreboard, so it's a little bit harder, especially with the number of volunteers we have. And so it's not really a position to where we're actually keeping score and tracking stats and standings, right? So it's more of learning the game.
The boys came up to me after the game and they knew the score. They all said we won 10-2. They knew the score. I knew the score. Everyone in the stands knew the score, except it wasn't on the scoreboard, baby.
When we played fuzzball at the Sandlot back when we were teenagers, who was the guy that kept score and kept stats? This guy. I'm all about this, Tito. I'm built for this, man. I actually think I might have missed my calling. This is what I could be doing for a real job.
You could be a ref.
That's you could be a scorekeeper. Yeah,
I repped like for 1 year in CYC basketball. I called so many fouls. I just it was all about me. But like these kids, they reach all the time, and I'm like, you can't.
That's not a foul anymore. You can't reach. It's not called reaching. It's not called over the back. You're gonna get if you come to CYC at the Joan Dome or at Sorrows, you're gonna be schooled on. There's no such thing as over the back. There's no such thing as a reach. There's either a block or a push. Right. That's it. So little keen words because those guys there at the Zebra and some of the other refs. There's traveling, yes, but I'm talking about an actual foul. Those are personal fouls. There's no over the back. There's no reach in. There's no hand check. It's either a block or a push. That's it.
But I don't want to be a ref. I want to be the scorekeeper. I know my role. All right. I'm going to shut my mouth, but man, I'm a wizard on that board.
So this guy wants to take away opportunity from the little kids to learn the game the right way. He wants to take it over and do his own thing. And so
yes, I do.
Yes, exactly. So to the basketball director, to the president of the Athletic Association, this guy, I don't know if you want the finances for the athletic associations are just fine, but if you want to save some money, hire these professionals that want to do it for spare time, for free beer and free pizza. Here you go. Here's Exhibit A of what you can do to solve any sort of finance problem you might have.
I do have a quick story about scorekeeping and time. We have a minute here. So SJ is in wrestling this year, and I know nothing about wrestling. I know nothing about points I'm learning now some reverses. This is 4 points, 2 points, breakaways a point. So I had to work a tournament. Part of the club, you have to work one of the tournaments. So my job, I had this little bitty pool noodle. It's a red pool noodle. And you watch the clock, 10, 9, 8, and you run out on the mat and you tap the referee at 0 and he blows the whistle. So I'm doing this. Well, SJ's on my mat. And it's his first match. He kind of runs over a kid. He gets a quick pin. So his second match, there's 10 seconds. The kid's got him down. He's got him pinned. It's 9 seconds. It's 8 seconds. And I got this noodle. And I get to hit the referee. I can't say.
Oh, no!
Say,
Oh, no! Stop talking! Edit this video out!
If it was 1 or right at 0, but I hit that referee as quick as I could. And then the next round, SJ got the win. So that was huge. I took advantage of maybe a half a second.
Unbelievable!
Hey,
Stand investigation.
we don't know if there
That's
was
exactly what I'm talking about. These referees, these volunteers, they don't know what they're doing.
That was my story.
Home cooking, man. You got to take advantage of it when you can.
Oh,
Right?
my God.
We were in Seckman High School, baby. Little home cooking, a little half a second.
Come on.
That's outstanding. See, this is how I like the show. I don't want to break down the Super Bowl. I don't want to look at trends and stats of all these things. I just want to BS with you guys. Shawn, I believe you want to start having questions of the day for us, I believe, right?
Yes.
So do you this is something we're going to try for a little bit? Just something for us to ponder over and discuss here on the show. So Shawn, do you have a question of the day for us here today?
Yeah, so we do a lot of road tripping in the summer. We like to go down to the Ozarks. We like to go to Branson. We like to go to Mark Twain, wherever it might be. And we make a lot of stops at the gas station. So our family likes to talk, what's your favorite this or that. So I'm going to ask you boys, what's your top 3 go-to choices at the gas station? So if you could give me a drink and 2 snacks on a road trip or on your daily commute to work, what's your top 3?
I can go. I don't need a drink because I'm a water man. I have water in me with the car on a road trip. I don't do the big gulp or any of that stuff, but I like the snick snack. So have you guys been to Wally's before?
Oh, yes.
Oh my God. It's like the Taj Mahal of gas stations. It's unbelievable.
You have your own bathroom with a light. It's unbelievable.
Oh my God. It's like the cleanest, most beautiful place. They even
don't have a light.
It's got a green light or a red light. If it's green, you're good. You're good to go. Red, someone's in there dropping a deuce.
And there's a dude there, like it's not like the strip club where they're handing out like little peppermints or something as you leave but there's a guy there like standing at all times, like ready to clean as soon as you get out of there, make sure it's all clean.
Oh man.
They have barbecue there. It's incredible. But in particular, so like there's the one at 44 in Bowles. I think I've only been there once, but Stacy's family lives up in the Chicago suburbs. And it's sad that I know the exit by heart. Exit 197 in Pontiac, Illinois. There is a Wally's. And the one thing in particular that you can get from there, they make fresh popcorn pretty much at all times, it feels like. And they have this cheddar popcorn.
Cheddar popcorn guy. Okay.
Rocks my hole. It is so good. So the cheddar popcorn in particular from Wally's here locally, I'm sure it's all over the country, but QT, a donut from QT. Like those things are giant.
What kind of donut? What are we talking? Long John? Jelly?
I like a Boston cream. I like to get a little custard on my face as it spits out on me a little bit when I take a little chunk.
Now, see, I'm not a Boston cream guy at all.
I like Boston cream. Or vanilla Long John if I don't want to get cream on my face. And then I'd say the last thing, if I just want a little bit of candy, I don't like getting a candy bar like a Snickers, delicious. It's over in 2 seconds. Give me Skittles. Give me Skittles. I want to pop 2 of them in my mouth at a time. I want to enjoy it. I want to savor it. Tito, you have a child behind you. You have a child behind you. Okay, I'm just making sure you're aware. He's creeping in on you. But so I would say, the Wally's popcorn, a QT donut, and Skittles. That's my answer.
Well, what about you, Tito?
Man, I don't know.
Gotta be a Dr. Pepper.
I mean, I love my Dr. Pepper. So I must have myself about 18 Dr. Peppers. Forrest Gump reference there. There you go, people. We don't do a lot of road tripping. Last year we went up to Chicago, saw a Halsey concert for my daughter Charlotte's birthday. But I love those Twizzler nibs. I love those you get the king size packaging of those, and so I like those. kids love the Ruffles, the sour cream and onion. Those are a big hit. Or maybe, or no, not sour cream and onion, the cheddar and sour cream.
Sour cream and cheddar. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Great answer.
And then Ben loves the Lay's potato chips. If the mood's right, we like Funyuns. That's kind of it's a little sketchy, but I know you don't like the.
I'm a Funyun guy.
Oh yeah. So if I had my druthers, I would probably do Dr. Pepper, and then I would probably do Nibs, and then a bag of those Ruffles cheddar and sour cream. That's what I would do.
Variety. It's a nice variety. Shawn, what you got, buddy?
Well, for me, I'm a big water drinker now. I used to never drink any water. I don't know how I'm still alive. The amount of water I drink now it's a full-time job. I drink my 90 ounces of water every day like a religion. So back in the day, it was a Red Bull, sugar-free Red Bull, a Cliff Bar. I went with the peanut butter Cliff Bar. This was every day. Stop at a gas station in the morning, Red Bull, peanut butter Cliff Bar, and a piece of sharp cheddar cheese.
Oh my God. One piece of cheese?
Yeah, they have the solo cheese. Yes.
You can buy a singular piece of cheese at a gas station.
It's about $2.99 now. I don't really buy it anymore. It's too expensive. But that was my morning breakfast every day on the way to work.
Wow. Breakfast of champions right there.
Yeah, I'd say on a road trip, I'm more of I will grab a Gatorade, like a blue, the blue, not I guess the glacier blue, a little lighter. I don't like that darker blue one, whatever that one is now.
I don't like sidetrack here. I don't like ices. Give me the cherry icy. I don't like this white cherry crap. Everywhere I go now, white cherry. Who does a crap about white cherry? Give me the cherry. I want the red. I want it all over my lips. I want my tongue being filthy red. That's what I want. All I find now, though, is white cherry. Blah, blah, blah.
I agree.
And even Harry's upset over the fact of white cherry. I mean, so hold on one second, boys. You can continue to come.
Yeah, so I would say nowadays on the road trips, it's usually Gatorade to keep me going. And then the kids, everyone, we love the chips, potato chips for sure. The sour cream and cheddar, those are the best. Kids love the barbecue chips. So we do a lot of the chips or the Doritos. And then we kind of eat the Caramellos now for the chocolate with the little, with the gooey in the middle. Yeah. So that's where I'm at now. But back in the day, man, it was Red Bull, Cliff Bar, and cheese every day for 5 to 6 years. Every day I ate it. Every day.
I cannot imagine buying a piece of cheese from a gas station. That just sounds like a great way to get like salmonella or something.
One time there was mold on the cheese, and I think that's probably why I stopped buying the cheese.
Oh my God. All right. Well, I like that. I like that, Shawn. I can see what you have for us every day now. A little question of the day.
Yeah.
We'll talk it over, and it's what we're about probably a half hour in the show. I don't think we've really talked sports yet, which is great. So before we get to our weekend recap and our picks, I want to mention if you want to be like the Tagger and the South City Zebra and get involved with the show, you can be our fan of the week, where we'll have one fan on the show with us every single Friday. So if you want to be our next fan of the week, just subscribe to our YouTube channel, then post a comment on this video saying you want to be our fan of the week and why. We'll choose one person each week, and that person can come on the show on Friday. We'll jack around like this for a little while, and then our fan will choose one of us to go up against. Each make 3 picks for the weekend, and if our fan of the week beats the host, they will win a prize. This week, it's a $10 gift card, something like Starbucks or a Visa gift card. And the Tagger was our first fan of the week to do this. He chose me to go up against on Friday. He chose wisely because I went 0-3 on my picks. Unfortunately for the Tagger, he went 0-3 as well. So no prize for the Tagger.
Yeah.
Terrible fraud. Comes on here trying to sharpshoot Tito, talking about how Tito doesn't know crap about Kansas, talking about Tito doesn't know nothing about nothing. What plays did I cash, baby? And just as an FYI, Eric and Shawn, I'm coming after you, B. Fishman. I hear you the so-called sharp on UFC. Ooh, we got a big UFC fight this Saturday night, right before the Super Bowl. Who scheduled that? Why they did that? Who knows? But I'm calling you out, punk. Why don't you come after Tito? Tito knows everything about MMA. Tito knows everything about wrestling. Tito knows everything about college basketball. Whoever wants to come get on Tito. Come take on Tito and see if you can top the top dog right now, boy.
I at the party he was talking it up that he's the UFC guy. So I'm hoping that he sticks to his word and he comes on the show Friday and we get a little UFC, we get a little talk. I know Neil was at the party. He was talking. T-Pain was talking. All the boys are talking about the domesticated gamblers, and here we go. We're making our way around the world. So hopefully we get out to a bigger audience and everyone can come after Tito time.
Yes. I know. I was just gonna say, like, I want Pete Fishman on the show on Friday. Yeah, I talked to him, saying same thing. UFC guy, pay-per-view this weekend. Have a match with Tito. I think it'd be outstanding. So again, subscribe to our channel. Post a comment saying you want to be our fan of the week and why, and you can join us here on the show on an upcoming Friday. Tito, I actually think it's a genius idea to have a UFC pay-per-view the night before the Super Bowl, because I remember last year at this time they had another pay-per-view the night before the Super Bowl. I went to Chicago. I probably got my Wallies on the way up there in Pontiac, Illinois. We stayed with brother-in-law Jeff's house, and he's a big UFC guy. We watched the UFC fight on Saturday night, and then I got absolutely hammered during the Super Bowl, like just stupid hammered because it was the Rams and Kroenke in his own stadium. I felt like I was like watching my hot ex-girlfriend like getting banged by some guy like right in front of me, like just getting cucked, and that's what it felt like. And then I felt miserable the next day, and I'm like, why did I do this? I had all the self-loathing and all that, but we're going to be a little bit better this time. We are having a Super Bowl party here at the house on Sunday. It was good seeing you boys on Saturday, and I'm like, you know what? Bring the kids on over it. I honestly do want to compliment your daughter, Tito, Addie, your oldest. You know, she's at that age where a lot of these kids are too cool for school. Like, you know, I don't want to hang out with my parents or my siblings or whatever. My daughter's 5 and she was playing with Andy and playing tag with her. I just thought it really did honestly just put a huge smile on my face. So props to you. You and Amber doing something right and raising your kids. So, Addie, if you're watching this, thank you so much for being a great kid.
I love when the old rich comments like having a free babysitter for me. It's awesome.
Yeah. I know. Now we're at the age, like I think I was telling you guys this the other night. Like I remember being a kid and going over to my parents' friends' houses for Super Bowl parties or what have you. And the kids are in the basement just like running amok and doing whatever. And you can hear the parents upstairs drinking their beer and hanging out, watching the game. And now we're those people. We're the parents as the kids are going to be in my basement tearing it apart. So
Yes.
really looking forward to that on Sunday. Let's recap the weekend and give out our picks for tonight. Tito, like I said earlier, I'm just ready to give you props. I'm not here to make fun of you. I'm just like, you're crushing it. You went 3-1 on the weekend, plus $580, including 3-0 in college hoops. And I totaled it up, Tito. College hoops overall, you are 11-3 and plus $2,170. Like just incredible. You got your Dukies in action tonight. I wonder if we're going to get a pick from you on the Dukies game. But for February, you're at 4-2 plus $560 overall, 20-11, just under $3,000 plus $2,950. So let's just get into it right now, Tito. What picks do you have prepared for us tonight?
Yeah, we're gonna stay in college basketball, baby. We got some 3-star plays for everybody. I was looking at the lines, I was looking at all the numbers, and man, I feel fantastic with my picks. Unfortunately, there is going to be no Dookie play tonight. You know, there's kind of a little bit of a hangover from beating UNC on Saturday night. John Scher's first envoy against the Tar Heels in Cameron. So we're going to stay away from there. I like Jimmy Larinaga and the Hurricanes taking care of business, but we're not going to make that a play tonight. We're going to go back to the well. I mean, who knows college basketball? Who knows Big 12 basketball better than Tito? Who knows Kansas better than Tito? Nobody, baby. So we're going to go to Kansas. They're in Lawrence. They're fighting the Longhorns. And what do you say? What do people in Texas say? Don't mess with Texas. Well, Kansas is going to mess with them tonight, and they're going to take down the Longhorns. Kansas is given 4. We're going to take Kansas. They're looking to get right. They had a terrible loss this weekend at Iowa State, so they're still looking for that conference title. And so they want to see themselves the right way going into the Big 12 tournament. So I'm looking at Kansas lane 4 and going to take care of the Longhorns. That's a 3-star play, baby. And then the other one. This is one kind of a TITO special. We're going to go to Weber State, and they're taking on Northern Colorado, baby. It's even. So it's a straight-up play. Weber State, Northern Colorado, terrible at home. And Weber State looking to finish the season strong, heading in to a late season matchup against Eastern Washington. And they're going to try. They need to win their tournament to make it to the NCAA Division I tournament. So we're going to take Weber State. It's an even line, taking Weber State. There's another 3-star play. And Northern Carolina is also terrible at home. They're going to get destroyed. So that's what I'm looking at. Both 3-star plays, and take those plays and cash some checks with Tito, even though I'm not really betting them. But that's what I'm going to call for the show.
Tito, I feel like you are someone that's going to remember this name. Do you remember a NCAA tournament sensation from Weber State by the name of Harold the Show Arsenault? Does that not ring a bell?
Arsenault sounds familiar, but it's not ringing a total bell. But Arsenault sounds familiar.
His nickname was The Show, Harold the Show Arsenault. Get him on YouTube after we get off the show. Check it out. You'll love it. I think it'll jog your memory.
Okay.
We're going to be, I'm just going to tease it. We're going to be talking a little bit more about this Weber State Northern Colorado game here in just a little bit. But Tito's 2 plays are in. Shawn, you are up next. He had a tough Friday, a rare tough day. 3-6, lost $580 on Friday night. No action on Saturday and Sunday. You had a lot of domesticated duties, getting ready for that Sweet 16 party for Katie. So took the weekend off after that tough night. For February, you're sitting at 7-8, down $300, but overall still very, very healthy. 39-29 and plus $1,060. So Shawn, what do you got for us tonight?
Well, I haven't looked at much. Kansas, Duke did stick out to me, plus 3.5 today, but I kind of agree with Tito. After the big win, is there going to be a lull? So I'm going to stay away from Duke. The Northern Colorado, my projections and my money markets say it's Northern Colorado.
Don't do it.
So I'm going to take Northern Colorado.
Oh, no. What are you doing?
Plus 1.5 for a 3-star play. I'm going to go heads up against him for a 3-star play.
Don't do it to yourself. You've learned. You're supposed to already learn.
This is what I live on. And if Eric's looking at what I'm looking at, this is what I do. So that's my play. I'm going to stay away from I'm going to take Texas plus 4 for 1-star play.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't go against Tito right now, baby.
You said you weren't going to do this, Shawn. You weren't going to just sharpshoot him just because anymore.
But I didn't know what he was picking, and this is literally what I wrote down earlier. So I got Texas at 4.5. I can find it at 4.5. I can see 4 as well, so 4.5. I'm going to take the half.
Yeah, I see it. I see plus 4.5 at DraftKings.
I see minus 4 at Caesars. You got that. Okay.
I'm going to give a prop play for the Super Bowl, 2-star play. This is no for a touchback. So it's 28-4 the last 32 years. We can get that at plus 150. No on a touchback.
That seems really don't you feel like you see touchbacks in half the kickoffs? Maybe that's just my perception, but.
So for the Super Bowl, the opening kickoff, no.
That's just the opening kickoff.
Correct.
Okay.
So the NFL uses a special K-ball for the very opening kickoff. I learned that this week. Pretty crazy. I didn't know that. Most fans probably don't know that. And the ball, on average, they don't want the touchback. The NFL wants it a little bit of action. It's crazy. Not the boring kneel down. So on average, it lowers the ball 6 yards. So they're using a special K-ball again. Butker, Elliott, they have big legs, but we're going to go with no. And there's other stats that I could get into about the Chiefs. They return the ball X amount of times, and the Eagles do, but we won't get into those. So we're going to go with no, and that's plus 150.
I like that. And
no, I don't like that at all. You're going against your own advice, what you said last week in regards to prop plays. Wait till later in the week. What are you doing? It's Monday. We still got 4 or 6 more days until the big game.
Well,
Come on.
that's like on over/under for yards. You wait till the market
okay.
goes high as it's going to go, and then hit the unders if you like the unders. If you want to be the over better, bet it early in the week. Bet that as soon as it comes out last Thursday. But this one's not going to. The odds might get a little worse on me if people start hammering it, but I guess still get it at 150 plus 150. I like it.
Okay.
I like that. Shawn, I was just looking at the Northern Colorado play because, as you can tell, I'm going to be on that with you.
Yes.
I do see plus 1.5, but he got to lay minus 120. Would you rather just take the one then at minus 110? Or do you want the 1.5 at minus 120?
Let's go down here. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, I mean, if I got to lay 10, I'll lay the juice for the half point for sure. I'd hate to push.
All right, so 3-star play for Shawn in Northern Colorado plus 1.5 and minus 120. That's the official play. Like I say, we're all honest. We're all transparent. I see tweets from Todd Furman out there saying everybody's a liar on gambling Twitter. And I responded back, and 3 people liked it. That was awesome. But it's true. Like, I take this very seriously. Of like, we want this to be on the up and up because, like I said, if people are just going to watch this for the picks, I want to be upfront and honest about it. I don't want to be one of those shady characters on #gambling Twitter that you see everywhere. So, I thought that'd be important to clarify that. All right, so I do like that play, man. That's great insight on the no for the touchback and the opening kickoff.
Yeah.
You got anything else for us at this point for right now, Shawn? Or are we going to wait till later in the week for?
I got more props I've been looking at. I'm probably going to drop maybe a little Sharpie Shawn prop show. Might not bet them all, but just to give the public some information and a bunch of props that I've been hearing about that a lot of guys like. Even some myself that I like a lot that I will be playing on the show. I think Friday I'll probably release most of the props.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds good. Yeah. And if you missed it, I put out a bonus video last week with 3 props ready for the Super Bowl. And I mentioned this. And Shawn, I know you always handicap all your own stuff, and I handicap a lot of my stuff, but there's some people I just tail because I trust them. And Shawn Kerner from the Action Network is one of those guys. I don't like where I've grown is I don't like cappers. I don't want to tail cappers that are just based off gut feel, or even fantasy analysts that are just more like, oh, that I think this is going to happen. Or I think that it's going to happen. I want guys that have math behind it.
Give me Scott White. Give me Scotty White all day.
Well, yes, for him, yes. I'm thinking more of the CB. Well, I don't want to throw people under the bus, but there's certain fantasy football analysts that we have followed in the past that I feel like are not really looking at this in a math perspective. So I really like guys that, look at data and numbers and base their picks that way. So I have 3 prop plays already out for the Super Bowl. I'm not going to mention them all now, but go back and find my video. That's something you're interested in. A reminder, if you are watching this video and you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Shawn, any other plays for tonight, or is that it?
That's it. Also, there is a prop to look out for. Eric, you might like this. Tito, you might like it too. Over 2.5 players to attempt a pass. So that one's hit a few times in the Super Bowl. We're always getting a trick play. Edelman, he hit a lot of those. So we could see the Eagles maybe try this. We could see the Chiefs try this. Maybe a pass to Mahomes or to Hurts. So that's one too that I'll probably be playing on Friday. Just start looking around for props like that. It doesn't always have to be, the over/under on yards, something like that. It's the Super Bowl. These teams are going to try a funky play to win the Super Bowl. This is the season, so that's a one I like a lot too.
Yeah, I know it's not the same coaching staff, but one of the most famous plays of that nature in Super Bowl history is the Philly special with Nick Foles catching the touchdown a few years ago against the Patriots. So, that's usually a fun one. I don't know what the odds are on that typically, but if it's favorable odds, you're not laying too much juice, I think that'd be a fun one to take.
Yeah, for sure. That's all I got today is those 3 plays, the ones just the prop.
All right, very good. I have some plays to give out tonight myself, coming over the top on Tito on one of them, but not both of them. So I'm 6-7 since Friday, which isn't terrible, but losing a 2-star play and a 3-star play were just crushers. So I lost $691 since Friday. Just brutal. February, I'm 8-8, 500, but I'm down $597. Overall, I'm at 57% with a record of 30-23. But my staking has been way off. I'm in the red because the 2- and 3-star plays have just been killing me. So I'm down $213 overall. First play tonight. Get ready, Tito. I'm 2-0 on these plays. I'm going back to the well. 3-team money line parlay in college basketball tonight, baby.
Oh man, you would be in big trouble if you didn't have them 3-teamers right now.
I mean, those are just one-star plays, though. And it's not like you're laying a ton of juice. It's a normal amount of juice.
But folks, the Division I college slate tonight is pretty bare. If Tito's playing a Weber State, Northern Carolina play, that's a pretty bare market right now. So, Eric, I mean, the 2-0 streak might come to an end tonight with the slate.
I gotta agree with Tito on this. I could see any upset happening tonight.
I mean, there's a lot of junk.
Here's my logic. So Kansas is laying about 4 to 4.5 to Texas tonight. That feels like the right line to me. These teams are almost exactly even on the power rankings when you look at Ken Palm and whatnot. So, but home court advantage is usually worth about 4 points, especially at Allen Fieldhouse. So I feel like KU just loses usually one home game a year. They've already hit that quarter for the year. So I just think they're going to find a way to get it done tonight. I do think it's going to be sweaty. I think it's going to be an incredible game. Texas just had a big come from behind win at Kansas State on Saturday. I think they might just be a little, okay, we got that one. And you're playing at Lawrence. I mean, you're going to be up for the game. Don't get me wrong. But I just think that the Jayhawks get this done. They have some, especially late in the second half down the stretch. Speaking of zebras, Tito, those zebras swallow the whistles when the other team goes to the basket and KU's on defense, and it's the exact opposite on the other floor. On the other end of the floor. So
no question.
I don't want to lay the 4.5 because again, I feel like the line is right, but I wouldn't be shocked, but I'd be surprised if Kansas loses straight up. So I'm going to pair the Jayhawks with Alcorn State. Alcorn State is a first place team at home against a last place team tonight, and Milwaukee. Milwaukee's a huge favorite. They're at home against a Green Bay team. They already beat by 14 on the road this year.
Odds got to be bad on that one, huh?
Yeah, but it helps get my parlay basically down from about minus 145 to minus 125. So that's what I'm doing. Like I said, if Kansas loses straight up tonight, I can live with that just because it's so rare. And if I lose, I lose. But I don't want to just bet money line. That's it. And I could definitely see a scenario where KU wins this game by 2 or 3. So your 3-team money line parlay is Kansas, Alcorn State, and Milwaukee. It's a 1-star play, minus 125 on DraftKings. And 2 other 1-star plays, Shawn, Operation Fade the Public and Bet with the Sharps. That's what I'm doing. So Northern Colorado, +1 on DraftKings. I'm on that one with you going against Tito. And then one of our favorite teams that we've mentioned on the show, Hartford.
Yes.
Hartford fan Marty will love this tonight. Hartford's getting 15 points on DraftKings. I think they're getting only 40% of the bets, but about 90% of the money. So the Sharps like Hartford tonight. I'm on Hartford +15. So 3 picks for me tonight. What do you think, guys?
Oh man, the Kansas play has to be a little bit bigger for you, man. You got to sharpshoot that. You got to put that one to the side. Kansas is going to take control. It's going to take over tonight. Like you said, Texas went into Kansas State. They got a 2-game lead for the lead in the conference. They're going into Lawrence. The Zebras are going to be all over them. They're going to be it's going to be just a home cooking left and right. Kansas is going to win by at least double digits.
Yeah, I just that having the lack of success I had with the 2s and 3 stars so much, it's got me nervous. And then watch Kansas win by 10, and then Alcorn State gets upset or something. I'm just after a rough time, and this is Shawn, and we've talked about this, how life progresses as a gambler. You have a rough stretch. You don't just come chasing and fire off 2 and 3 star plays. And if you remember right, it was last weekend, 8 days ago, I had a 10-0 day on Sunday because I did not chase and I was down, I think 600 something bucks heading into that day, but I kept, just stuck with the process on the couple days that followed, won a little bit of money and then had a monster day on Sunday. So I'm not going to, go crazy tonight. I'm going to stick with what I feel comfortable with. And so if we just go 2-1 tonight, we get a profit and we, make our way back up to the positive. That's the goal here.
I am going to add Duke +3.5 for a 1-star play.
I'm surprised you didn't take the Dukies, Tito.
No. Again, what did I do with Lindenwood? I learned from Lindenwood. Not going to take those frauds ever again. Bunch of frauds. I'm not going to go with my heart. Going to go with the smart play. These are 2 smart plays from Tito. Listen to Tito. These jokers are coming right back after me after they were singing my praises earlier, coming right back after me. This is what I have to deal with on a daily basis, folks. Just
So
a
I
complete fraud.
do want to give credit for this one. This is Shot Quality Bets. They have this projected at a 74 to 69 win for Duke straight up. So you're getting a value of 7.9 points. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to the slate tonight for a one-star play. Northern Colorado, I'm going to back. I got that as a 3-star play.
Okay. I got
And
that
then the other-
documented for you. The only
All
other
right.
two I was looking at, I'm not going to put them out as official plays, but Shawn, I'm really starting to watch carefully this public versus sharps dynamic. And in the NBA tonight, I'm not going to put them out as official plays because I bet they'll end up splitting if I had to guess. But the Pistons and the Blazers both fit that criteria tonight from what I've been looking at. It's kind of on the borderline of like, okay, it's not like super obvious where like 95% of the money's on one of those teams, but it was a pretty big discrepancy. So I'm going to keep my eye on the Pistons and the Blazers tonight. If you're feeling like a betting man tonight and you want to go with the Sharps, feel free to fire some money on them if you're watching. But just something to keep an eye on, because I think you're right, Shawn. Just like over the long haul, these casinos are built because the public loses. So, Of course, there's going to be days where the public wins, but over the long haul, I just really think that that's a good way to approach it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think over the long haul, when you look at that market and you see those numbers, especially when you know college basketball or you know NFL, and you know like, oh, this is brewing. This is brewing for an upset. The public's way wrong, and the sharps are hammering it. 90% of the money's on it, but the bets are the other way, and like this is going to happen. And so when you see those, then you can really take advantage and make those 3-star plays.
F it. I'm going to upgrade to 2 stars for Northern Colorado. Just like.
And they're theirs, man. They don't win at home. They're not a good home team. I mean, you guys are going to be losing your ass to TITO again tomorrow. Learn.
I got to look this up before we sign off what the splits are from what I see. Northern Colorado is getting 48% of the bets. So it's, almost 50-50 split. They're getting 97% of the money according to the Action Network. So I'm going 2 stars. God, this is just more ammo, TITO. If you take us down the night, your lead just widens and the bragging can continue, which it ain't bragging if you can back it up,
Yeah.
They're 2-6 at home. They're 7-16. Weber State 12-11, 5-7 on the road. I mean, this is bad news bears for you guys. I'm sorry. I didn't know we were going to be breaking down Weber State or Weber State in Northern Colorado like we have, but I love it. I love this. You guys come at me. That's fine. When Weber State shocks the world and takes it on, baby, TITO's going to deliver a late night promo for everyone to watch and be singing my praises tomorrow. Be throwing hosannas at my feet tomorrow, baby.
I really can't wait till the show starts. Or when we start the show and football season rolls around, week 1, because that's when I'm really gonna make some hay. I'm gonna cash some tickets. I'm just excited for the show in general, but also baseball. Me and Eric, we like a lot of daytime unders. Get the getaway day. The umpires are got a big zone. We're calling strikes. We're trying to get on the plane to get across the country. So I'm excited for those plays too. I'm excited, and it was a good weekend, man. It was awesome seeing all those domesticated dads with some great feedback, and this has been fun show today.
Yeah, it has been fun. I've enjoyed it. I just noticed my day is going to get even more fun. That Weber State Northern Colorado game's a 10 p.m. tip tonight on ESPNU. So you're going to get this very intense battle at the Fog between Texas and KU, and it's going to be an incredible game. And you're going to flip one over to ESPNU and see Northern Colorado and their crappy record at home covering for me and Shawn tonight as we are going to start just getting into this lead for TITO a little bit. We're just going to chip away at it. We're going to chip away at it.
I can promise you I will be in bed before the game starts.
And I can promise you I'm going to watch it from start to finish. All right, boys, that's going to wrap it up for today. Again, guys out there watching, we do appreciate your support. We want to continue to grow this show, so please tell your friends and family about it. Also hit the like button on your way out and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also chat with us by commenting on our videos and hit that notification bell too so you can get our videos as soon as we drop them. Hi there, Harrison. You can also follow us on Twitter @GamblingDads. For Shawn, for Tito, I'm Eric. This has been Domesticated Gamblers. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Let's cash.